let me make it obvious and very, very simply. One, I have never, and I'll say it anywhere, please do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. I am running this election for the office of the President of Nigeria as a Nigerian who happens to be an Igbo man. I'm not denying where I'm coming from. I'm running it as a Nigerian. And I will live and defend the Constitution of Nigeria. I will govern with the Constitution of Nigeria. I will be just. I will be fair. And I will relate cordially with every part of Nigeria. Those who are actually fearing about me today, I can tell you, will be the greatest beneficiary of my presidency.
When Nigeria snaps, these broadcasts should serve as a battlefield instruction, because we'll find ourselves in what looks like a battlefield. The Fulani agenda is not receding. They're coming upon everybody. They're distracting you with election that may produce one candidate or the other as your president. But it is all about distracting you from the invasion that is ongoing. They already have their plans in case it gets to where people begin to vote at the election. The caliphate already has its plans, already has INEC that is executing that plan, already has the police and army and DSS that will stand in the middle, already has the technologies behind the electoral management. So you can entertain yourself, distract yourself that you are going to election to beat them. It's like a bunch of antelopes organizing themselves to go and beat up the lions and seize the jungle. Of course, the lions will encourage them in every way, because that is now making breakfast, lunch, and dinner, available for a long period of time. That's what you are doing in going to election under this constitution, that make you slaves, at the invitation of those who are struggling to save that constitution by dragging you to election. Our salvation is in blocking the journey, stopping the journey to election, to bring down that constitution. Their own salvation is in making sure that the election holds so that that constitution will survive. And so the dividing line for who is on one side or the other is that constitution. Are you for it? You are going to election. Are you against it? You are opposed to election. And so this broadcast, like I said before, is to tell our people what to do when Nigeria snaps. Because unless we stop this journey to nowhere, called the election 2023, Nigeria will snap. No gainsaying, no guesswork, empirical. But when Nigeria snaps, because we are not listening, let those who will find themselves in that commotion take their instructions now, that their eyes are clear, that their heads are clear. The reason Nigeria will snap and anarchy will come to meet you where you are is that there are people dragging you to election under the constitution that guarantee your bondage, that guarantee your penury, that guarantee everything you lament now. And when the smoke will cover all the place, we don't want you to go chasing after one another, because those same people are going to pitch you against one another. They will play the ethnic card. Oh, it is Yoruba that caused the problem. Go and beat them up. Oh, it's Igbo that must be beheaded. Oh, it's Ijo. No, they are going to play the ethnic card, north and south. Say, go and fight yourselves. It's the other side that caused it. They are going to play the religious card. It's the Muslims. And then people will begin to go and look for their Muslim cousins. Oh, it's the Christians. Oh, the Muslims will then go to beat up Christians. It's neither religious nor ethnic. It is simply that constitution that secures, humongous benefits for those who subscribe to it, and leaves absolutely nothing but damnation for the populace. And so the enemy you have to find and get rid, the enemy you have to really get hold of on the day Nigeria will snap, is anybody that can be identified on the side of that constitution. Don't go chasing yourself in terms of Yoruba chasing Igbo, or Igbo chasing Fulani. No, leave all those and face whoever was part of sustaining that constitution. And who are these people? Anybody who has ever sworn to defend and uphold that constitution. Those in public office now, governor, senator, president, all of those who, council chairmen, House of Reps, House of Assembly, minister, all of those who swear to defend and uphold that constitution are the first line of enemies. All of those who are prepared to swear, those who are contesting election now under that constitution, are your second line of enemies. Those who are doing political party, because all of these people subscribe to that constitution. That constitution is the dividing line between life and death, between darkness and light, nothing else. If you can understand this, you will then know who to go after in that commotion. Whether it will come is not now a question of if, it's a question of when. Except Nigeria stops the stupid journey to election that they are eroding everybody to right now. The enemy is anybody who can be identified as being on the part of that constitution. Those who have sworn to defend and uphold it, those who are preparing to swear and therefore going to election, having subscribed to that constitution, and those who are the proprietors of the political parties, APC, PDP, Labour Party, because they all subscribe to that constitution that is responsible for your killing, that is responsible for your impoverishment, that is responsible for rendering you slave in your homeland. Whether you be called a mob at the time, we don't know what it will be, but there will be a breakdown. There will be a breakdown occasioned by this constitution and the people pushing us to another election under it. Plus all of those who have sworn to defend and uphold it. We saw when in Arewa House a few weeks ago, about 2-3 weeks ago, we saw when Hakim Baba Ahmed pointedly put Peter Obi on the spot to swear before them, to commit before them, publicly, be in the presence of the whole world. That is, to publicly reconfirm, recommit, as he had done privately. I'm sure we recall the broadcast where we were saying that the basis of the support of Obasanjo to Peter Obi, the basis of the support of Babangida to Peter Obi, the basis of the support of Anga Abdullahi, Hakim Baba Ahmed, and General Guzo, is that Peter Obi had covenanted with them not to tamper with that constitution. Hakim Baba Ahmed comes public. I'm just giving you an example, something you can use to verify what it is about this constitution in all this commotion going on, and the election that they are trying to use to save the life of that constitution and reinforce your damnation. Because if that constitution survives, the caliphate has defeated you. It doesn't matter who wins. Because the P2B you are hoping will win has already covenanted with them publicly, having first covenanted privately with their key organizers, the 5 men I mentioned, P2B has covenanted with them publicly to keep that constitution, not to touch that constitution, not to tamper with their benefits in terms of leaving things the way they are. And that's why he went public to say that the problem of Nigeria is not the constitution. We, Ninas, are saying, and we didn't just start saying it because they became candidate. We have said it across the last 23 years, from 1999. We actually came out in year 2020, almost 3 years before they became candidate for election in 2023, to say that this constitution is all the problem. The solution to the problems we see, whether it's insecurity, whether it's the corruption, whether it's the decay in infrastructure, impunity, all of those things that have turned Nigeria to what it is, what you see, that is chasing young people to exile all over the world, that has blocked their parents and seniors who had traveled a long time ago from coming back. There's no Nigeria to return to right now. We owe it an urgent duty to take responsibility for our future and take charge over our space. And so, when Nigeria snaps, those who pushed us to that point by clinging tenaciously to that constitution that is responsible for what is happening to us are the people we have to find wherever they try to hide. A word for the mob that has not gathered. Thank you.